Everybody, good morning. Channel members, Gaten, Don, Rob, Rollin, Donald, Sergio, Rex, Svenborn. Good to see everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. And welcome to the show. And nice. We are. It's a busy morning. Like, I'm already. I I got to show. I guess not to crypto's getting spicy. I like it. I like it. Things that I've been watching for a little while getting spicy. And what do I mean? Like, look at this baby right there. Right to look at that. Right up in there. Love it. Right there. Oh, thank you, Logan. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. And thank you so much. Let's see. We've got other people here. We got Larry, Diana, Logan, Michael, Captain J, Jan, Anthony, Gary, Jan, Zub, Laura, Leah, Marianne, David. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? I got into this baby back here. I only have about 165 million of these. Crypto.com was running a promotion, I guess you might say, where if you bought some, they give you some, and they give me they give me a fair chunk on top of what I had bought. So, yeah, that makes my actual crypto account look pretty spicy today, right there. Nice. That's up like 50% move right there. Some craziness. Absolutely ridiculous. I love it. This has a much higher potential here. I mean, absolute wild what this might do. Yeah. It's always like, what might it do? It might do a lot. So just rolling off of the first pop. We went off of that. We could see it's up in here. That would still be, I'm not suggesting anybody buy this, but just up into that level, we could be talking like another almost 1,500%. It's like a 15x, 16x, 17x on your money, and we get up even higher. I mean, if this went full Dogecoin, this is a meme coin, like seriously meme. Like Pepe, if you don't know, I call it PP coin for my kids, and they're like, Dad. Anyway, it's Pepe is a meme. If you don't know what a meme is, it's like one of those little things they post on the internet with the captions and stuff like that. But complete just joke of a coin. When you go look at the market cap on it over here and the details, it's kind of funny, I guess. It's funny to me. You look at how many very Elon Musk humor here. 420.69 trillion coins in the supply. I mean, max supply. That's what it is. Total supply. I mean, they've always, it's just a joke. Like, it's a bunch of internet jokes combined into one coin. And hey, internet jokes get popular. I mean, Doge was a joke. Shib was a joke. it just because it's a joke doesn't mean it can't make you a bunch of money. So there we go. Just kind of funny, I guess, that get involved in a joke and you make a bunch of money. So all trading involves a substantial risk of loss, though. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything like stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't buy them, don't short them, don't buy them, don't long them, don't short them, don't sell them, don't trade them. Don't trade if you can't handle the volatility and losing real money. All right. This is what I do every day. I love this stuff. If you don't love it, go find something else to do. Don't put your money in the market if you don't love it. If you're just looking at it as a means to an end, you probably shouldn't trade. All right. you should go invest, and investing is not what I do. If you desire personal financial advice, go hire and consult a financial advisor. Sometimes I get lucky, but I'm here to trade, all right? I'm not here to invest. If you're looking for investing advice, there's a million other places to go do that. Probably not here, so I'm just throwing that out there, all right? Just throwing that out there. Today we had CPI rocking and rolling in. Refresh the calendar. Up here to today. We had it come in line. Kind of expected in line. So we got an initial pop. Roll back up in here to the morning monster list. Pull this back down. Check this out right here. Let's go down to a 15-minute. We're going to have to zoom it up even more. So this is delayed. This move up yesterday looked pretty nice. All right, well, we're going to talk about this one right here. That looked pretty nice right there. Hey, Logan, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. Just throwing that out there again. We've got this retrace. 3 waves down, right? Right, kind of see that? Kind of see it? This move up, this retrace, this move up, and we're on this current retrace, but watch out. This just overlapped before I went live here. That's not good. That means that this is probably not impulsive. It's probably not a new trend off the low. We're probably going to make a lower low than this low right here. It's probably going to get continuation. So that makes this whole thing probably 3 waves. Ugh. Just not a fan of corrections here. So that right there could lead to a move down into this zone right here. And we're just talking really small time frames. This can happen fast. This can pop down here and reverse, and we'd be up here by the end of the day. I'm not saying this is getting continuation lower. That's going to be, keep on going. This is all correction. Like, this is all 3 wavy stuff. That's 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. This is, it's just nasty, choppy, overlapping stuff. All right. I mean, even this was like 1, 2, 3 down off the highs. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 down, 3 up. That could be an A, a B, and we got a C. Could it go a little deeper? Yeah, it's possible. Possible. Some of you have asked me to talk more about the patterns and stuff that I look at, and this could lead to, we could find support here. If we get below that, we could come on down in this vicinity, right down in here. That's kind of the 2 areas I'm watching immediately. Now we could, after doing that overlap here, right in here, after doing that overlap, we could, that's a operative word, we could rally on up, make a new high here, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this overlap means that this will likely come all the way back down here again, do a deep retrace, usually deeper than the 618. Usually 786 or even deeper. Maybe look like a double bottom situation before we can get the next move up. That's not my favorite kind of price action. It's not very reliable. But if we could just clear it out, if we could just do the dip here and then build something that's more impulsive here that doesn't overlap, or these highs and lows when you skip one don't overlap, that would be much more bullish for going higher, getting more continuation higher. NQ over here, same kind of situation. We're getting, we're just, it's not very clean. Not very clean, not very clear, not what I like to see. We've definitely got overlap between this high and this low, like pretty severe. That's not exactly bullish. Got this move that could be, but that's starting to get really close. Really close is not great. So that's where we are on the indexes right now so far. Those two indexes. Russell here. Yeah, we hit that high up there on Monday, and that looks kind of, so that looks 5-wave-ish down, and I'm very cautious on this price action right here. This is not looking like, I mean, this is looking like we might be building a reversal to go down right there on Russell. So caution, that may have been it for the pop on Russell. Nothing's clear at the moment, so. Hey, Bancroft Smith, don't recognize your name. TB, don't recognize your name, but welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. All right, oil popping over here. Zoomer up, Buttercup. Testing that uptrend of lows yet again, right in here. Testing, testing, testing. If we get below that, watch out. Probably coming down here at the minimum. Can go pretty fast too. Can be like, whoo, right down there. Find some support, then maybe turn. Or if we break down below that, well, things get a little uglier, possibly down to the 50 area down here. Man, everything's great worldwide, right? Everything's going super awesome, right? That's just your YouTube name, my man. Whatever you told Google you were gonna be, and there you go. So I don't know. We could see that going on down. GC, possibly finding support in here. Possibly. May need a trip down to the daily roadmap line. Right there. Might need that. Now, looking down the time frames though, below the 4-hour. So, no, we dropped below it, back tested it, extended down. So really, we only have the daily. Like that, we're significantly below the 4-hour. So there's no. What's the level in between here? There's not. It goes 4-hour and daily, and you can make up other time frames, but these are the major ones that traders tend to watch. All right, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. I usually add 30 minutes, but it's not always in there because it's like 5 1 minutes make a 5 minute, 3 5 minutes make a 15 minute, 4 15 minutes make an hour, 4 hours make a 4-hour, 2 4 hours make a daily, 30 dailies make a month. But I also watch the weekly too. 7 dailies make a week. So these are just faster and slower time frames. So that doesn't really leave us any, you could dig down in there and try to find a roadmap line that looks like it's going to hold, but let's be honest. It's just being an analyst. And at this point, higher probability, probably going to visit the daily roadmap line, but we could very well hold support right here. Silver got really dang close. Really dang close. That may have been close enough. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do kind of think we might possibly see one spike down and a reversal. We've gotten these little, since the trend is down, it's been down for nearly a month. These little pullbacks on the way down, we've gotten several of those before we get continuation lower. So that may need to hit right there before we can make a bottom. It's been all the way back over here and here since we were at the roadmap line not that long ago, but hey, we did pull back after hitting the 618. Get it to the right. And nothing's moving. Huh? What's going on here? Gotta get it up to the right. And see, I add a 3-day chart too, because 3 days makes a 3-day. Maybe like, why not a 4-day? Just 3 days, a nice intermediate chart. So we came up into this zone and turned down. We need to find some. There it is, right there. Got it. So that 618 right there is where we turned down. We got it right there. That 35.11. We turned down right at it. Retracing probably back to the daily charts. There it is right there. Retracing. And that would be a 618 retrace right there. Potentially could go a little deeper right there. And then that could set us up to break on through that 618 level and confirm the bigger pattern, probably a weekly chart, that we could be heading on up to this 55, 60, 70 area up here. It's going to take a while, though. That could take years to play out. We could be out in 26, 27, 28, maybe even out to 29 or 30 before we get up to that zone. And that's 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030 is what I'm talking about. Like this could, you're like, whoa, that's a long time. Yeah, we could be talking about, 4, 5, 6 years for this to play out up here. Bitcoin, it seemed to like that CPI number because we were kind of lagging a little bit. Now look at this, rocking and rolling, breaking higher. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. I'm not just going to beat the drum on it, but look, that's all-time high. Rocking and roll, baby. Rocking and rolling. I keep talking about it, but this is what we've been waiting for gosh darn, what, 2 years since we bought them back here? I think it was like November 11th, 2022, somewhere in there. I said that was the bottom. Yeah, here we go. It was like right after FTX blew out. I was like, I think that was the low. I don't think we're going to look back. We haven't looked back. That's, if you were with me and you bought the position, added in, I've added all along the way, but we're already up almost 500% here off that low. People are like, I'm not sure Bitcoin's in a bull market. How many percent higher do we have to go before you think we're doing the thing we usually do? I mean, you tell me. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm just going to be like, well, sometimes I get lucky. I don't know, doing the same thing I've said. And Sledge, he's been on here like, how it right on the timeline for breaking out, going higher. I outlined that timeline back in here as we came into halving early in the year. Here we are. You had plenty of opportunity. MSTR been a big winner, and this may go on up to 1,000. You may be like, whew, that's a little rich for my blood, right? I mean, now we don't have 300% upside anymore. We've got to peel this back a little bit. We only have about 170% upside left. You're late, no FOMO, but MSTX, MSTU, these were suggested ways to play. I threw out there. And when I threw them out there, they were way back down here. Yeah, MSTU was way down in here. Now, going crazy. So, I mean, I can't force you to do anything. And certainly, it's not trading advice. If you don't like the plays, that's cool. There's a substantial risk of loss. Past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results, but I get lucky sometimes, and hopefully that's why you're here. Hopefully that's why you're subscribed. You can let me know in the chat. But there you go. There you go. It's kind of the way this whole ball of wax works. I make a prediction. If you like it, jump into it. If you don't complain, though. If you miss out, no FOMO. All right, don't buy the top. They'll be like, oh, snap. I got to be buying now. That's risky. That's risky. I mean, I bought a big chunk of mine down here. I did add a little more yesterday on the dip. And that was on MSTX. I was adding a little bit more right in here in the 90s. Right in Right in this zone. Now, here we go. So, there you go. Can't make you do it. Not even suggesting you do it. But I'm pointing out the good stuff, all right? That was the opportunity. As David A yesterday, David A in the chat right there yesterday, I was telling him, I was like, or he was telling me, he was like, JT harps on this stuff for like 3 months ahead of it moving. He beats the drum, sounds like a broken record, not moving, seems like he's wrong, and then boom, all of a sudden one day, you make 6 figures. A lot of members had 6-figure days on Monday. Very humbling, and I love that stuff. Yesterday, on Monday, I was like, we don't usually get 2 back-to-back huge up days on crypto. And Sledge Patrick in the chat there, he was like, the first time for everything, and it just didn't seem like it was gonna like that. It just, I've traded for a lot of years, and that's just not kind of the thing that happens. We just don't get 2 big up days in crypto in a row. It just doesn't happen. We did take a kind of a pause or breather yesterday, and now we're at it again. We can have another big up day. I mean, I'd take a whole week full, but that's just not the way the market works. When people make a bunch of money, it tends to be a little profit taken along the way. So it's just the psychology of people. You got to be used to it. So first time ever for everything, but let's be honest. When the history of people is involved, people are going to do what people do. So it's just not we just don't typically get 2 big up days in a row on crypto. It just I don't remember ever having 2 big giant up days where I'm up almost a record amount in my account. I mean, Monday was not a record amount for me. My record is like 845,000 in one day. That was that was during COVID. I will, as I talked about, I will have $1 million day. I'm not there right now. It could happen today. I mean, it could things could explode higher in crypto, and I'll be like, holy beep. But I don't think that's it. I mean, I don't think I'm positioned for $1 million day right now. One day I will be, but not right now. So, all right. Ethereum has a large potential to catch up right now, just kind of being the laggard, just finding resistance at that 618 level. This big 618 level from this high back here, November 21, to this low here in the summer of 22. And interestingly enough, when Bitcoin made its low in November, this one was making a higher low. So this is a little bit on a little bit different path than Bitcoin. And we do have lofty upside targets if it can get its collective crap together and break out. Right now, we're sitting at that resistance at the 618. I really, really, really want to see this break through and kind of confirm that we're going to go higher to a new all-time high. But it doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. All right, this one could just sit here and do nothing while Bitcoin rips to those upside targets. Dollar here keeps pushing higher. It's looking like might be heading up here to this 107, 108 area right in here. I did have this old target up here that we never actually hit, but right now it's looking like we may come right up in here. Come back, retest this area right in there. That's what it's looking like. So we'll see what happens there on the dollar. NKD, and this is interesting here. We're getting a nice big fat pullback. This kind of indicates which direction the U.S. markets might go. This is global liquidity. Is kind of my indicator for global liquidity right now. Japanese market doing good. If you didn't know what this is Japanese futures, Japanese stock market futures. It's kind of like looking at SPX or NQ for us. Like this is NKD, and if this goes higher, global liquidity, we're going higher. If this goes lower, breaks down, we're probably going lower. Hey, Bob, thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate it. Do appreciate all of you. You get access to some stuff like my sawmill pictures in the background, things I do, all my extra stuff. I do an update. I pull the top 50 tickers. If you're a basic basic member, you get the top 10. If you're a more, the higher tier member, you get the top 50 tickers. I'll probably be updating those here in the next few days or maybe a week since it's been about a month since I updated those. Those are based on the top 50 by options volume. So pull those up and go through them. All right, Spotify popping off. Nice earnings. Now I go to the pre-market. I pull everything moving $2 or more up and $2 or more down in the pre-market, build the list, and then I come live. So if when they open, they start moving and that list doesn't stay. But this is what they're ordered in the most to least gainers and then the most to least losers down here, decliners. So everything that was $2 or more down on the decliners list, $2 or more up on the gainers list, Spotify at the targets. Be careful. All right, this was the long-term target. We're kind of coming up in there. Can it go to 584? Yeah, sure. Kava, boom. Holy moly. My man Dave just telling me he was, when the bottom bar was popping up, one of my team members was like, I am out of Kava. Yeah, I'd be out of Kava too. If you're in Kava, watch out. That thing can come down with a vengeance right there. Could it keep going? Sure, it could. But I'd at least protect it. Know where you're cutting. And Cyber Arc right here. Pop into the extension target. Watch for that one to retrace. Dave Inc. This has got a reverse split back here. So that's danger to me. I usually don't trade things that have a reversed split. That's going to be up into resistance here at 85. Think about it. People that have been in since up here, they got a long way to go. This thing could spike crazy up into the 300 area and then drop all the way back down. Just a nasty chart right here. I just don't care for charts that look like this and have... They used to lose tons of money. They're actually starting to make a little money. So maybe they turn the ship around like Carvana, but... I don't know. Carvana turning their ship around, starting to break above that 618 level. Could be heading on up to 400 there. Yeah, Dave qualifies as a dumpster fire, but I'd be careful. It can surprise. I mean, that was definitely a dumpster fire, but maybe they turn the ship around. Maybe. I'm not. It's not my kind of thing, so I'm not getting involved right now, especially not at 86 bucks. NTRA, it's just not worth the risk for my money. Keep saying this. I'm a retired trader. I only come out for the best of the best opportunities and setups, and Dave is not one of those for me. So really think about that. Like, let that sink in for you a minute. Like, what about each chart? When you pull it up and look at it, when you really look at it, flip through all the time frames and look at it and be like, what about this chart tells me I should put my money at risk because I feel like it's going to go higher? All right, this is trading, all right? This is not investing. It's trading. What about this chart sets up a high probability trade for me? Now, if you're going to invest and you're going to be like, I'm going to buy in this company and I'm going to hold it for X, Y, Z, buy and hold's not my style, all right? That's not what I'm doing. We're trading. Even the dividend stuff I do is all trading. I have a plan. I have an entry, an exit. It's not like I'm going to buy it and hold it forever. I usually have a plan. So NTRA, that was like the bubble pattern. Took it right back. You haven't seen this before. We went up, churned right here, and came right back down. Now we're doing something again. Doesn't make, sometimes they go higher. Sometimes they make a lower high. And, Dave right here so far kind of looked like a bit of the bubble pattern. Maybe just the dropout pattern. But that's kind of the bubble pattern. Do it again. And it's got a lot of work to make a higher high on that one. So NTRA, though, actually making a higher high. If you've never seen the bubble pattern right here, psychology of a market cycle, you can just Google that. You'll find 9,000 different versions of this. It's all the same. It's kind of how it works. We get a run up. Sometimes they've got big swings in here coming up, big pullbacks. We make a top, we come down, we churn a little bit over here. That's what that is right there. And then we break down, and we usually come back down. Now, sometimes it goes all the way down. Sometimes we make a lower low. Sometimes we make a higher low, and then go again. This part's not always guaranteed. Like, we don't always come back to the bottom, but like this chart over here, we haven't made a lower low. We haven't come all the way to the bottom. This can find support in this area. I did expect it to drop into the 10 to 20 zone, which we're freaking close. For a long time, I said we're going to the 200 area, and that was before we did an actual stock split, 10 for 1. So these prices are divided by 10 from what they were. We do SMCI times 10. You can do math right on the. There's the prices we used to have right there. We were up at 1200. Chopped it off. We're right back down in there. We could take it all the way back to down here. Back to 100. Back to 10. Current price is 10. That's the bubble pattern, though. If you don't see it, let me know in the chat. That's it right there. That pop, that consolidation, we broke down, came back. NVIDIA is still working on the pop. NVIDIA is probably going to retrace at some point. Whenever the AI hype is done. Maybe like, that's not ending. They all come to an end. They all come to an end at some point. Flutter Entertainment. You can see that one. Did it over here. Now we're doing something different. This is not bubble pattern yet. Why do I call it a bubble? Because it's human psychology. Look. Right here. When it's euphoria. Everybody's going to be rich. You believe. You're buying at the top. People are buying, getting sucked in. It's this optimism. It's a belief. It's a thrill. We're going to buy. Euphoria. Then people buy the dip. Complacency. We just need to cool off. All right. It's a psychology. Psychology of a bubble. That's the way bubbles are. Like people are like, oh, they usually only focus on the big bubbles, like tech bubble, the .com bubble, the housing bubble. Think about it. All sorts of people get involved in things like SMCI. People were, some of the members here were reporting that, like Goose talking about his flight attendants, telling everybody to buy SMCI. And I think Don, your window guy or gutter guy, was telling, I got a stock tip, just buy SMCI and NVIDIA. And then guess what? All right, it sucks people in, and that's why it's a bubble. It sucks you in, so it makes you want to be. There's other ones. This one, right? Gonna save the world. The story's different every time. Gonna save the world. Everybody's gonna have to have COVID shots. Maybe it's not. Maybe not. Maybe not. And then there's another one. Right there. This might be the mother of it right here. Look at this one. Look what we're doing. Did GLP-1 run its course? Was that it? Might come back down to this area. broke out of the channel. We were on an accelerated rise, but now that looks like it might be played out. I'm optimistic we can still go higher, but that's starting to look like the chop. Break down. Certainly come back into this area. That one's already looking like it. And there's the consolidation right there. And what's crazy, you see the same pattern right there playing out, right? See the same pattern. We had this consolidation. We had this giant pop. This is where it gets really scary. See the consolidation? See the pop? That's probably what we're going to do. You can doubt me if you want. Be careful. Be careful. All right, back to it. GV, just rocking and rolling. Eventually, we're going to come to a top and maybe come back and retest this zone. Tesla, Salah, found resistance at 350. How long did I talk about 350? Y'all tell me. I said, I even put it in like last week, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. Wrongamer, you were saying, hey, you know, see how high it goes? I said, when it gets to 350, we're going to take a break. There we are. Took a break. Now, how long does the break last? That's the hard part. Time is the hard part. We got to 350. Now we've taken a 3-day break so far. Can it go higher? Yeah. Bigger upside target, 500. Kind of expect it to maybe retrace and retest the breakout zone over here. Maybe just consolidate sideways for a few months. See what happens here. MSTR. That's going crazy. This is acting as leveraged Bitcoin, even though it's not. Bitcoin goes up to some of those lofty targets. We'll probably see prices up here, well up in here. This is getting to be a bubble. This will come back with a vengeance. It did over here. It's going to do it again. Amgen. Make sure you know where the exit door is if crypto starts looking sketch. Keep following me for more. Keep coming back every day. You don't have to watch every day. Just check in periodically. That's all I ask. And if you want to stay on top of it every single day, I'm here every day. If you just want to check in a couple times a week, that's cool too. I'll try to update everything. Amgen, if we can break above that 352 area, that's still looking for the bottom here. It did make a lower low, so we need to adjust slightly. Breaking above that downtrend of highs sets it up for 354. MSTU, man, just ridiculous moves. BitX, I have instead of buying a full Bitcoin, I went and bought BitX and ETHU with a bunch of the money that I would have bought a full Bitcoin with, playing the leverage, 2x leverage here. My plan was to make that extra money on the leverage. When this pulls back, Bitcoin's going to pull back. When it hits the next crypto winter, I'm going to take that profit off of this leverage and buy my full Bitcoin. So that's kind of the plan here. I do have a third of a Bitcoin I've mined, got paid for mining, and then I have I don't mine Bitcoin directly. I actually rent my equipment to other people who mine altcoins, and I get paid in Bitcoin. How do you do that? It's called NiceHash. It's an easy way to do that. If you have some high-end equipment, high-end computers, Coinbase here. I have Conel. Play this one. I beat the drum for weeks and weeks. This was the place to load up. Now here we go. Rocking and rolling. Targets up here, 9706. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. MA, that may be topping out. Watch for a pullback. Pay, that may be topping out. Watch for a pullback. PTIR, rock and rolling higher. This is leverage on PLTR, which the next upside target is right up there around 67, 68. DPST is, man, that's the 3x leverage on regional banks. Be careful. See back in here. Reverse split, regular split, reverse split. This is a sketchy ticker right here. Over the long term, it tends to trend to the bottom. Be careful. Short term, we can get a pop, but long term, probably going to crush. CrowdStrike. Hey, that looks like we actually made the bottom and we're breaking out. Conservative targets around 427. Bigger targets up here around 600. 5, 6, 700, right in there. MSTX, like I said, that's probably going, if MSTR makes 170%, this will probably make upwards of 300% move higher. Do the math. Looking at 300, basically. LABU, that's 3x on biotech, just nasty. I'm staying away. Biotech doesn't always follow patterns, and leverage doesn't always follow patterns. So I'm not, why don't I chart it on MSTX? Well, one, there's not enough candles, and two, leverage doesn't always do the patterns. All right, so that's a 2x leverage, and Connell is another 2x leverage on coin. So I just look at the underlying, pick my spot, use the percent move, and just kind of be conservative, round down when you do the math for the underlying. Could they outperform? Sure, and that's a pleasant surprise. But if your expectation is an underperformance of the leverage, you won't be disappointed when we come up shy of the targets on the leverage. All right, why do I have it drawn on here? Just for illustration that that's the target. But when you do the math, those are the targets that work out for coin when we hit the targets. It just happens to actually line up with the leverage thing. That's why it's drawn on that chart. All right, ALB may be working on a reversal here. We have a large consolidation area right down here that we're going to have to bust through to go higher. If we can do it, retrace, hold support, and go higher, positive. If we don't, we can easily go lower low. Nail, just consolidating on the roadmap line. Could it bounce? Yeah. Could we break a higher? Yeah. Is this 3x leverage on home builders? Yeah. Be careful. XHB, there's another home builder ETF looking like it could bounce, but it did find resistance at the 618 and is turning down a little bit. So be very careful. VST looks like it's at targets and wants to retrace. TIL, nice bounce, but that's biotech. We came back to the roadmap line. But I do kind of expect it to come all the way back down. That's another bubble right there. Look. Some of them make the news. A lot of them don't. A lot of them never make the news. Look at this. See it right there, right? Traders believed this was going to the moon, and all right. Check these out. Here's another one. Could you make money? Sure. Is it likely to come back down? Oh, yeah. Be careful. All sorts of craziness going on. Be careful. TSEM. This one may come back to the roadmap line. Connell, already talked about it a few times. CEG, coming back to the roadmap lines, what that looks like. DYXZ, there's another one. Heartbeat, stay away from those charts. RKLB, Rocket Lab. Another one, look at that. This one went lower low. Nice pop, ran out of steam, consolidates, and lower low. tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed. Try. Might make a higher high. Highly likely to do this again. It's highly likely. Be careful on those. Sure, you can make a bunch of money. You can lose a bunch of money too. You can watch it come and go. Easy come, easy go. That's the hard part. If you get a piece, just stay out. You know, Gigi joined up on the Termite Trading Lab yesterday. She nailed one with me a couple years ago. We rode in a rocket ship. I just happened to point out the right place, right time. Nailed it. Made a bunch of money, and then it got delisted. It went away, and I can't pull up the chart and show you because it's gone. It's gone. Here's another dumpster fire right here. Downtrend, another pop. Just nasty chart. Carvana, maybe they're changing the company fortunes. They're trying to activate the bigger move up to 430, 470 TEM. It's very difficult to figure. So the bubble pattern does play into Elliott wave. All right, it doesn't seem like it, but it does. All right, it's essentially a 5 up. Can kind of draw this for you. With a very aggressive extended 3. There's usually a 4, small 4, and a 5 in here. And then we'll do a move. This consolidation that happens over here is the B move. It's usually usually made up of several waves in here. Sometimes 4, sometimes 5. Yeah, usually something like that. You get that consolidation that we see. That's that move right there. The bubble pattern is an Elliott wave pattern. So, and then we get that breakdown, that continuation that comes back down. If it's going to be long-term constructive, we'll hold a higher low. If this was just a giant correction, we'll go lower low. But that's, hopefully you see that that's an Elliott wave type of pattern, all right? These are healthy. And this, when I talk about NVIDIA retracing 60, 70%, 618, that's 61% retrace. 786 is 78% retrace. These are not magic zones for this to retrace. And it typically happens to be where we consolidate over here. It just happens to be, if you can catch it right, that's how it all works. All right. A lot of people slap 5 waves on stuff and say, oh, Elliott wave sucks, it doesn't work. I spent years before I started getting it right, more than I got it wrong. Years at it. And I try to cut out, all the little tricks and tips and stuff I've learned along the way, like using the roadmap line. I didn't happen across that thing for a couple of years. And Jody Samuels, I kind of picked it up from her. I kind of changed how I use it from her. But I picked that up from her. Some of the fib level targets, I picked that up from Carolyn Baroden. Some of the other stuff I picked up from Rob Booker. Some of the other stuff I picked up from another guy named Jody. Jody DuPont. So there's the bubble pattern again. Might we break higher? Yeah, 63, 75. Upside targets on SMLR. KXIN. Dumpster fire. Absolute dumpster fire. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Reverse split. Reverse split. Look at that. That's 60 for 1. You had 600 shares. Now you got 10. 6,000 shares. Now you got 100. Ugh. Oklo. This one's being a little crazy. It's probably going to come back eventually. That just looks like it's going to come back to 12. Come back down again. TMDX. Working on trying to find a bottom. That's medical specialty. in the same vein as biotech. Reddit. Make sure you give me a like if anything I say is helpful, beneficial today. Reddit may top out here and get a deep retrace right there. Thought we might retrace over here. We didn't do it. We just rock and rolled higher. So after we finish whatever excitement we have here, we're probably going to do a retrace. At least retest the breakout over here. IPOs typically go down before they go up, and we did make a lower low before we went up, but I'm not sure that's done. Not sure that's done. We may ultimately come down and make a lower low over here on Reddit. LOAR, lower holdings. That's just, there's nothing we can really pick out of this. It's just a kind of a channel. It's channeling. If we break out of the channel, we'll probably do a deeper retrace. But just maintaining a primary expectation I have of stocks is just to keep doing what they're doing. That's the easiest thing for them to do. Like if this is going to keep in the channel, it's going to keep in the channel. Once it breaks out in a different pattern, that's usually when you can figure out where it's going. And cold here, retracing, and that's ultra short natural gas. So if natural gas pops, this is going to plummet. NG1 expiration point looks like it's set to get a pop up to $3.60 to $4 area right up here. Held that for almost a year that we might do that. It's kind of an echo of what we did over here. And we might peter out here anytime. Typically make our high late around this time of the year, and then we drop and do a consolidation. So we may top out and get a retrace. It may be a quick pop, and then we retrace for a few months. FUTU still looks like it wants to come down. China stuff, probably going to come back to the roadmap line. FSLR, probably going to extend on lower. Toll Brothers, just kind of chopping. Probably going to revisit the roadmap line eventually. ZK, golly. Clicker clicking all over the place. Sideways chop, nothing. Biggest losers, CAT wants to come down to the roadmap line. SWKS, hunting for a bottom, may extend lower than the low it made back here in October 22. Think about it. The market has been absolute smoking higher. Big tech, absolute smoking higher. And this is sitting near the low it was at when the market bottomed. That's not the kind of thing I want to get involved in. Not until it proves that that was the bottom and we're getting out of here. Another one. This one. I mean, look. We're farting around at the bottom. I did buy one share because I said we were going 100 and we got the lower low, and I bought it when we got the lower low. I'm long-term interested in this, but it's not performing. It's not up here at all-time highs. Might it break down and go lower and go to zero? It might. VVX, V2X Incorporated. It's kind of choppy sideways on the long term. Hitting targets off of that pullback, but this is very, very nasty price action here. I just don't like. It's not a very fast moving, trending type thing, and it's kind of showing it might be played out for now. TXN kind of hit the targets, retrace back to the roadmap line would be in order. PSFE did it pretty quick. Right back to the roadmap line. If we can hold there, turn higher, break back above this zone. It's 27 on the upside. Cart, Maple Bar, probably coming back to the roadmap line. VRM, room for all the, I guess for all the good that Carvana's doing. This one still sucking it up. Look at that. Every share lost $20 a share. Look at that craziness. Absolute insane numbers right there. $20 a share they lost. How do you stay in business when you're only got $6 a share of value? My gosh, that one. It's kind of a crap car, like, I don't know. Maybe it's a great car sales model. I don't see it. Zero, probably a real possibility here. Yang. It says 3x leverage on China. That's two of the things that I follow that are dangerous. China stuff and leverage stuff, both dangerous. Don't follow the patterns. This is long-term, goes to zero kind of chart. We get these pops along the way, but watch out. Groupon. I don't know. This is another weird business model to me, and looks like we're breaking down. May go down to lower lows. $2, $1 possible. Be careful. If we can find support right here, break back above the roadmap line, it could go up again. But that's a big gamble right there for something that struggles to make any kind of money at all. Struggle. They flip back and forth between making a little money and losing a crap ton of money. PKX, well, that's going in the toilet. Probably going to go lower low on Posco. Shopify made a nice pop. I said watch out for the retrace. Definitely watch out. If we can break on up, me cruising on up to 232, but it needs a retrace after going exponential like that. They don't go up forever before they retrace. The bubble pattern can play out on the small time frame as well as the big time frame. Doesn't have to be on the daily chart. It can be on the, we can have a bubble on a 5-minute chart. Just tracks attention, gets a lot of people sucked in, and then rips everybody. It's just kind of the way it works. PGM1, that looks like it's going lower. ALC, man. Nasty chart, nasty chart, nasty chart. Watch for this to hold support around here. If it doesn't, we came right back to that point right there. If we get below that, though, this can go on down. 66, save. Been struggling to find a bottom and looking for a new one. Delta G. I know saving. It's kind of funny though that these kind of ride in parallel. Save, Spirit Airlines, and DG. Dollar General, both kind of doing a hunt for their customer base. The people they target are stressed and having trouble showing up in the charts. Dollar Tree showing up in the charts. So that when I was talking about that segment yesterday, that subprime person, a person that makes less than the average income, they're having a hard time. And the stocks that cater to those people are really showing it. Now, you may be like, why is that different than something like this one that's rocking it higher? People that shop at higher end stores, like Macy's and, higher end stuff, even Target, they're trading down to Walmart. Target saw people trading down, and that's why their chart doesn't look like Walmart's chart. People have been trading down. What's below Target? Walmart. All right. There's no volume candles on here at all. SIG is the bonus trade for the day. Let's talk about it really quickly. Let me pull it up, grab the chart. Stuff for video. Stop. Hold on one second. Go to the bottom, go to the bottom, go to the bottom. Go over to browser, grab the copy. Control V and pop it over and control. Oh, I did the wrong thing. There it goes. C and throw it in. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, cool. There we go. SIG 105.46 target, stop below 88.78 right here. So what does that look like? It's this. It's not this giant pullback, but this one is sitting out here. That one's out there, 119. We've activated it all the way back over here. But what we're actually looking for right now is a smaller pattern right here, this high and this low. Looking for that move up to 105.46 area right there. We're looking at this high, this low. This was the activation. The close with a 618. The target just right there. This could be an indication that this bigger pattern here with this high and this low is going to work out, and we get the extension up here. Let's get one at a time here. That's conservative. That's more aggressive. We get this one. Possibly you could hold on for that one. That's a $6.87 upside from yesterday's close. Right there. And pop that back up. $6.87 upside right there. It's only 15 trades since 1988 though. So, but it does have an 80% win rate and a 3.3 profit factor. Usually lasts about 28 trading days. Trading days are not calendar days. Trading days are trading days. The market maker, the candle maker, not open on the weekend. So we have to use the tool to pull it out 28 days. That's the average. 41 days, calendar days. Could last 2 times that. Could last 3 times that. So it could be 56 days. Trading days. So we could be talking 90 calendar days. Could be 3 times that. 3 times longer. Could be out here. So typically these last 3 to 5 months. Just throwing that out there as a potential. So Signet Jewelers looks like we're going to go a little bit higher, at least. Maybe a lot bit higher, but one conservative target at a time. We could head on up to that 120 area, but let's be conservative. 105, 107. Got to get that before we can get on up higher. All right. There you go. And Bob, get into Discord. That's the place to talk to. The Termite Trading Lab group. YouTube is open for all people. This is the unwashed masses. Get into Discord. If you're not sure how to do that, call the team 321-888-3962. Press the number 2 to get to customer service. And I'll try to have somebody reach out and make sure that you get in there. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9:15 right here on YouTube. And we'll look for what's moving again. Now, my daily bias is kind of caution. Still expecting probably a pullback. So